loud and clear? If yes, give me a thumbs up or L and C. All right. Good morning to you, Liu. Good morning to you, Dennis, Janet, and Edwin. Good morning to all of you. All right. Now, today will be a very good day to tell your friends that if they have Rivian, Peloton, Facebook, Amazon, and Alphabet, okay, if they do have all these counters, then they want to know whether what's the direction of the US market. Tell them to come online right now, because I will definitely be sharing with these counters, because my idol, my trading idol, all right, other than Jesse Livermore, the second person that I idolize in trading, the second person, is actually this George Soros, okay, George Soros. First person, Jesse Livermore. Second, George Soros. Third person, actually Larry Williams. These are the three people that basically, influence a bit about my trading career and my life. Okay, so without further ado, let's start today's MAO right now. Okay, let's go. Get your friends and ask them to come in. Okay, they will love this session today. Today is the 14th of February. Okay, 14th of February. It's a special day, guys. If you forgot, today is Valentine's Day. Okay, so make sure you get your gifts, your flowers, your meals prepared, because I believe your spouse will be waiting for that. Okay, so special day. Okay, I'll talk about that later in a short while. But behind the scene now, we are having a bit of issue here. Crude oil price continue to trade higher, as we can see right now. And the tension in Ukraine itself is very interesting. Now, Biden spoke to this Putin, but apparently itself is a very interesting conversation. Later on, I'll share this more with you. And of course, tonight Singapore time at 12:30 a.m. Okay, that means it's like past midnight. Then we have a sudden emergency meeting. It's a closed board meeting, whereby the Federal Reserve Committee will come in together and talk about something. So the question is, what will they be talking about? That will be pretty interesting. So watch out for all this. This information will be all shared with you during today's MAO. All right. Again, MAO stands for Market Analysis and Outlook, and this is whereby I am sharing all this important information with you, which I think that in Singapore, I'm probably the only trainer that does this every single morning without fail. Even Chinese New Year, I'm doing that in a way. Okay. All right. Let's go. Now, Federal Reserve board meeting will be done at 11:30 a.m. US time, which is 12:30 a.m. Singapore time. That means past midnight. Just take note of that. Now, before we go into the details, once again, do note my job is to basically tell you what I see in the market, and I share with you what's my personal view. And obviously, I'm a trainer in Singapore. I will definitely tell my students what I'll look out for and stuff like that. And I'm doing this live now every Monday and Friday. I will do it live via the public members to join in. Okay, Monday and Friday. Tuesday to Thursday is primary for my stone student. So Tuesday and Thursday, obviously, I give a bit more stuff and stuff like that. But of course, doesn't matter. Monday and Friday is actually for everyone. So take note of this, guys. If you want to join us, kindly contact us through Facebook, and we will like to see you in our Trade the Boys community. Now, of course, guys, this is the first start of the day, and we have to every morning. I'll try to give you the joke of the day. Now, this is Emma. All right. Now, this guy, they changed the name to Emma Fed. Okay. I'm hunting inflation. Okay. Because why this guy, the F down there? If you didn't notice this, if you notice this, he has an unusual way replacing the R and L's with W's. Okay. So whenever he say Bugs Bunny, it's always Shui or Shawashi, something like that. Okay. Anyway, the joke is this, because Federal Reserve is trying to hunt down inflation. That's what people all know about that. Federal Reserve is trying to hunt down inflation. But the question is, can they do that? Now, we know that the main person that's very concerned now is not Powell, it's actually Joe Biden, because his rating is atrocious. I'll update you shortly. But before that, just remember, today is a very special day. Remember that. Now, happy Valentine's Day to all of you guys, regardless you're a couple or your family or your friends. Valentine's Day is not just only for couples, it's meant for everything. As long as you love the person, you like the person, just send happy Valentine's. It's a good thing, right? Now, the thing is just to know the origin. Now, I just checked a bit just now. The origin is very vague. Actually, right, according to legend, the date is celebrated to mark the death anniversary of Saint Valentine, who died in mid-February in 2070 AD. Okay, his anniversary. It's said that Saint Valentine was a priest who defied emperor's orders and secretly married couples to spare husband from war. Okay, all right. So this guy, okay, he really probably helped a lot of couple then. So of course, I think that's the reason why they decided to do this. But of course, we all know that the main thing that will drive up Valentine's Day is all the flowers and gifts. All right, I know that usually a star of flower will cost you like 60 cents to $1 or 150 right now, inflation. But now today we $3 to $5 easily. Some maybe $10. Yeah. Okay. So that is the thing here is ongoing. Yeah. All right. Now let's have some highlight of the week first. Now Biden promises swift response if Russia invades Ukraine. Now this is the main thing that's driving the market right now. Now why is he so into this? Okay. Now, you must understand this, right? Biden is wanting Putin to react decisively. If not, he will impose swift and severe costs. In fact, Biden actually threatened Putin. So actually, they had a phone call. I'll talk about that later, yeah? So this is the thing. Now, why is Biden so into this? Of course, there's a reason. Look at how popular is Biden right now. Now, Biden, over the last one whole year, okay, his disapproval rating has from 35, 38, have risen all the way now to 53.1. That means that right, more than half of the population that's being interviewed or being asked or polled, they are now very unhappy with him. So this is something that we know that it doesn't look well, do good for any current president right now and trying to go on for the mid election. Yeah. So of course you can see that right, people are really unhappy. Even the Democrats themselves are having a bit of detractors at the moment, and this is not going to be nice if this is going to continue for him, right? So the thing is this, later on I'll share with you more in regards of what Biden and Putin talk about, and you will be very surprised within the conversation, yeah? All right, now Friday, I gave a call and I said that right, most likely itself the US market might be going down because the MLP, the MA200, the MA30 are all on top of it. So based on the TWB system itself, if the market is to go down, there is a possibility to see 34,338. Okay, that was a number that I gave, right? And of course, did the market come down? Well, you can see that in the night time, you can see what happened in the market. Take a look. The market hit a high and our TWB star came out. When the star came out, we need to draw two lines on the screen. And of course, you can see that if the market breaks below, it will be a good sell. And of course, the selling comes in before the Russia news came out. Yeah, the so-called Russia news came out. And then the market just slammed down all the way. Now you can see that prior to that, the boys have been selling, okay? So this shows you that, right, our MAO, whatever we say and whatever we mention itself do give a lot of pretty good market direction. So I was pretty okay with my Dow, right? If you can do me a favor, keyword Dow spot on for me, please. Thank you. That will give me a bit of encouragement and let me continue to do well. Yeah. Okay, all right. Now there's 57 people online right now. That's pretty cool. Do share and like and tell your friend that this guy decent enough when it comes to his trading, his sharing. So kind of get them in so that they can listen to me with regards of what to look out for in the coming week for some of the US stocks. Yeah. All right. I just saw somebody sharing it, like Terry sharing it. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, just give me a moment to get my thing up properly. Okay, done. All right, so that is the Dow Jones. Now, more important was this one here yesterday, Friday again. Now, on Friday, I was just doing this scribbling on the VIX itself. And of course, immediately again, people have to respond and say that this guy is the nuts and stuff like that, but doesn't matter. I gave you my view. I informed you that, right, I believe that there will be upside on VIX, correct? I told you that the reason is because to me the downside is actually very low. I mentioned there were three levels to look out for at 20, 17, and 14, and I said that if likely the 20 may hold and the market, if goes up, right, may go as high as about 42. So of course, did it actually happen? Yes, indeed. The VIX actually shot up to 28.30 last Friday. So later on itself, right, I will go into much more detail regarding about VIX. So again, VIX, I was spot on, yeah. So again, really, end of the day, it's really depending on how you view this. If you think that whatever I share makes some sense to you and you pick the practice and you make money from it, that's all I ask you for, is just to basically give me some validation, command, and that's it. That'll be good enough, right? If you can do me a little more small favor, just do me a small favor, take 5% or 10% of your profits and just donate. Yeah, donate. donate to good cause. That will be the best thing to do, okay, for yourself, okay, and that is good enough for me. The thing is this: if you basically hear you heard what I say and you disagree, just don't even bother to even put a trade in, because end of the day, if I'm right, you feel bad. If I'm wrong, you feel even angrier. So really, no point. Yeah. So that's why make sure that you do your right thing. Like, yeah, I'll just put it with the right thing. Yeah? Okay. All right. Now the thing is this: FYI, last Saturday we have more than 100 people come online, and we have many people have signed up already. Now, people have been asking, because they couldn't make it on Saturday, they asked whether do we have the replay. Now, normally the replay, we do it only on Monday evening, yeah, because we really don't want people to, don't join us. So, but the thing is that because the content is so good, so what we do is that we've decided to upload the video ASAP. So last night, we really, really midnight oil, we burn it up, and then we send out the replay. So the replay now is available on Trade with the Boys Facebook page. All right, you will see that Miss last Saturday preview. This is the one, okay? So click on it. It's about 1.5 hours long to 2 hours. But of course, you need to go through the whole thing to really understand the preview. If not, you will be lost, yeah? So that is something very important. So kindly do that, okay? So just for information's sake itself, right? Our next class for basic class 03 Singapore, the live in-person coaching, which myself, with coaching it, will be on the 26th of February, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Singapore time. The revision itself will be done on the 10th of March, which is actually online via Zoom at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now, if people who want to join my next intake, my 14 Premier, okay, my TWB Premier Class 14 intake, that will be this coming weekend on the 19th and 20th of February, and it's from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So for the prices itself, kindly PM us through Facebook, and our very friendly team members will assist you from there. Yeah. So do us a favor, if you think that whatever we're sharing makes sense, and basically itself, you know that the indicator you're using right now doesn't seem to work, or the teaching that you learn from other people itself is not going to be it's not helping you much. You want to get for alternative view. Come on, guys, join us, okay? All right, that will be the small advertisement here. Okay, so now let's just look at something much more important today. Now, today we have some very interesting thing to watch out for. Monday, we don't have much big data, okay? No much big data, but interestingly, at 12 a.m., which is Singapore time, 12 a.m. tonight, Boller will be speaking again. Now, Boller is the one that has been very hawkish recently, and apparently he will be speaking. So we do expect market to be volatile, maybe towards the downside when Boller is speaking. And do note again at 12:30 a.m., that is where the federal community will also be meeting up. So that means that tonight, again, we're going to have a lot of volatility at night. Now, recently, so I cannot imagine this every morning, 2:45, 3 a.m., I'm up, and the market will go crazy. Even my wife asking me, what are you doing? I say that I can't help it. They just keep on doing all this funny thing late in the night. So do take note itself about this meeting. And of course, on Tuesday, we have the PPI data. The PPI data is looking to be a higher number. So it is a price producer index. So which means that, right, if the numbers are higher, that means inflation is going up, right? Yes, indeed. Producer price index, yeah. So this one again to watch out for. That will be this this so-called Tuesday. Then on the Wednesday onwards, okay. On Wednesday onwards itself, right, we will have the core retail sales that is expected to be 0.8%. So this one should be positive because the retail sales previously was minus 2.3%. So this time around, we're looking at upside level. Okay, then after that, nothing much. Then we have the FOMC minutes meeting. This one is going to take again the thunder. That will again make the market watch for it. And that's at 3 a.m. again, Singapore time. Oh, gosh. And then we have the initial jobless claim. Okay, initial jobless claim. Yeah. So on Thursday, we will do the guess and win. Okay, on Thursday. All right, we'll do that itself. Okay, the initial jobless claim. All right. So Thursday, TWB students stand by for this, yeah? Okay, so that will be Thursday. All right, so let's see what happened to the Dow Jones on Friday. The Dow Jones Friday was pretty flat for the entire first half. In the second half, about 1 a.m., that was things where things had to dip lower. Now, later on, you'll see on my chart itself, right, it's not by coincidence. There's something that I think has leaked out, and that's the reason why the market trade lower before the so-called news came out from the White House, and that crashed the market down by 400 to 500 points in less than an hour. So we'll talk about this in a very short time. All right, so let's look at this for the correspondence side. The Dow Jones dropped by 500 points. Nasdaq sinks 2% on the fears of a Russian attack on Ukraine. So the thing is this, the market was flat, right? As I mentioned to you earlier, it only increased in tension when Ukraine and Russia sent oil spiking. Now, it was the oil that spiked up first. That was a real movement. And then after that, investors had to freak out and the news had to come in and say, oh, there could be a problem in Russia. And then the market just, you sell, I sell, everybody sells. You can see that the market actually came down about 1 a.m. Singapore time. So the thing is this, the news came out about 1:30 to 2. Sorry, it's about 2:30 to 3 o'clock. So that means that, right, the market actually has a in-front knowledge of certain things. So as you can see, the market actually dipped down 200 points prior to the news, yeah? So you can see that the stock moved sharply lower after a jump in crude oil price appeared to tie to increased concern of Russia taking military action against Ukraine. So with about 2 hours left to the trading day, U.S. National Security Jack came in and in a White House briefing said that there were signs of Russian escalation at the Ukraine border. Now, it was just a sign. It's no confirmation, but again, it happened. So it's the same thing like what happened back in Iraq time, whereby J.W. Bush keep on mentioning that, right, there is mass destruction and stuff like that. Tony Blair also came out and said this. And what happened itself, the market just go into a spiral, yeah? So the best part is that he said that US is not certain that Russia President Vladimir Putin had made a decision to invade Ukraine. So my point is that if you don't have, why must you say this? So he just said it may well happen soon. My goodness, what type of responsibility is that? So of course the market rebounded a little bit after that. But of course now there's follow through selling the market. People are very concerned. This is like, toying with feeling, yeah? So because of that, you can see that the Western Texas immediate futures for crude oil shoot up by 4%. And obviously, it's all right. I already given you my review on crude oil. I say that this crude oil, the next wave will be going to $99. I already say already, $99 is my target for crude oil. All right, I'm talking about cash market, yeah? Now it's already $94, ding dong a little bit at 93. So I still believe that maybe in 2 weeks' time, we may see $99, okay? Now, of course, when crude oil price goes up, all the energy stock goes up, like Diamondback, Devon, ExxonMobil, ConocoPhillips, all went up, okay? But of course, airline shares came down because of worry. So this is how it is. Something go up, something going to come off, all right? So take note of that, yeah? Okay, so if you are thinking the crude oil go higher, then all the airline shares kind of just give it a miss. And you're going to buy and punt some of the energy counter, then these are the top ones to watch out for, yeah? Okay, it's conceivable and equity may see about a 10% pullback if, let's say, the Russia thing continue. That's what this John Lee say. He came from this Comerica Wealth Management. Now, the main thing is that the treasury yields actually sank after the Ukraine news because people start to panic. They buy into bonds, they dump equity, they buy bonds. So bonds back then itself, Thursday was already at a rate of 2%. So meaning that if the time the bond price is so cheap and people buy the bond, the rate of return is 2%. That's pretty decent, right? So that's why when this thing happened, people quickly pour their money into bonds to get at least the minimum 2%. So this is what happened. And when the yield came off as well, right, undeniable, that actually helped bring the market a little bit higher. And that is the reason why the market wasn't able to sell down a lot despite the ongoing rumors, yeah? Okay. So let's take a visit of what happened on Friday using our TWB system first. Now, first of all, you must understand how the system works. It has these moving averages as a terrain. So you can see that on Friday, the market opens below MA200 and MLP, which is quite drastic. But because it was supported by the MA30, that's where it holds. But once the market loses the MA30, which is 35,185, that's it. It was selling. And in fact, it's all right. Based on our indicator, we know that the next number it will be this price at 34,705. And of course, the market really came down to 705 and rebound. So that means that this 705 is a very strong support, which even including today. Yeah. So let's take a look later on the chart. Okay, so we can see now why do I say that there was some so-called conspiracy here. At the start of the day, there was some selling and it came down. Now, beautifully, you can see all our KTRs are all automatically drawn for you. You don't need to draw anything. So when the market came down, you notice that the market stopped perfectly at KTR -2 and stopped there beautifully as if the market know that KTR -2 exists. Now, TWB system do not need you to draw anything. As long as you understand how to utilize it as well, right? You don't need to draw trend line, support line, resistance line, because everything is there. So what happened is that as the market recovers, that is where things get very dangerous. Why is that so? Now, P2 means that the market resistance is here. If the market stay below P2, usually there'll be some selling activity. Then you notice that, right, the market, you can see there were stars involved telling you that the market may be near a peak soon. And the multiple green dots tell you that big movement is on its way, big movement. Now, we don't know which side it will go, but we will follow through once the next color appears. So if the next color appears yellow, that means the market will be going up higher. But if the next color happens to be red, that's it. The selling will come. And can you see that? The market really slammed as much as you can see, all the way down more than 600 points because the pre-warning already given by the green dots, okay? So again, all these are forward indication. It's not that it happened already, then I tell you that. In fact, the green dots are flashing and flashing throughout the nighttime itself, and I think some of us caught it and started to sell as much as here and made quite a bit of money. Yeah, this is something that you must understand. This is the power of the TWB system. Now, because of Dow Jones going down, obviously gold went up. Now, gold, when it opens here itself, it was above the MA30 and MA200. So basically, it's very bullish. So when the market break MLP, that's it. It was a buy. Now, what we know is that this is a BMB, right? BMB means that if the market break this point, it will go to minimally the 1x1 extension. So which means that when it was 1840, if you buy gold, you can sell at about 1862. And incredibly, on the same day, 1862 was traded. So $40 profit on gold in a single day within less than 1 hour. All right. So that is, again, tells you, right, you don't need to be, watching the market too much, but you need to know what to do so that when the market moves, you are able to capture it. So how did it went out? Let's take a look on the intraday chart. So the intraday chart, the market has been very flat, right? Then suddenly we realize a red bomb is there. You draw your two lines, and of course, very clear, anything above the upper line, you buy. So when the market recovers above P2, CCRY will be a buy on the gold market, yeah? And of course, as the price go higher, there are multiple stars to tell you that, but as long as the star, if you draw it and the market breaks above it, there's no color change, you continue to hold the position. And of course, the market will continue to go all the way to 1862 before it take profit. So all these little stars will tell you what you can look out for, what to do, how to add, and all this will be made and done when you join the TWB Premier class, okay? All right, so with that as well, right, we have covered what happened on last Friday with the TWB system. Let's look at some of the big news right now. Okay, the big news is this, okay? Now, we have more people getting sick, undeniable, okay? Now, I think from last Saturday until this morning, I have easily 3 to 4 people texting me that they have caught the virus. Some is entire family getting it. So undeniable, the numbers are actually moving up in Singapore. You can take right now, this is the latest statistics. You can see that the numbers are now on average is about 10,000 per day. But the scary part is that the whole Singapore itself, right, the population is only about 6 million and yet about 460,000 cases in Singapore alone. Now, fortunately, the death is only still below 900, fortunately, but still again, apologies for people who pass on, but again, this is still a pretty decent number. But the thing is this, okay, just now I was on the way back, I was on the hearing radio 97.2 FM, and then they were saying that what is the best combination for booster. So I heard this, but I tried to verify online, I couldn't get the data, so maybe they'll update later on. But it seems to be, if you are doing your Moderna for your first and second vaccine, the third one, it should be Pfizer. If you do Pfizer, apparently the so-called statistics shows that it will be better. Now, I did try to go online to find the older, so-called older updates, but the data seem to be different. The other one is actually showing me the other way around. So that's why I haven't found the one that's been updated just now. So maybe you can work on it. Okay, then of course, then the second one will be then Pfizer, Moderna. Okay, so it seems like the straight shots one, right, may not be as good. The mixture seems to be better to fight against COVID. But again, don't quote me. I only happen to hear it on 97.2 FM just now. So maybe you do your own Googling or you check your medical doctors and stuff. Don't quote me. I'm just sharing my view. So I'm Moderna for my vaccine. So it seems to be I'll be taking Pfizer. Okay, yeah. All right, now this one just came in just now moments ago. Hong Kong leader, okay, says that the fifth COVID wave has overwhelmed the city capacity. So Carrie Lam says that, right, the onslaught of the coronavirus is hitting the financial hub. Now, actually, when I read this news, the very first beginning, I thought that there must be a lot of people falling sick. But when I read the data carefully, okay, Hong Kong has recorded about 24,000 infections and more than 200 deaths. Okay, so well, it's nothing near to Singapore, and Hong Kong is bigger than Singapore slightly, right? Okay, so medical expert warns that the city will see 28,000 daily infections by the end of March. Now, this one is something big, yeah. If 28,000 daily infections by end of March itself, that is going to bring down the economy, because 28,000 people, let's say we do an average of 20,000, okay, towards March, right? So let's say now, if that's the case itself, right, that means there'll be 500,000 to 1 million people down. That will be very, very scary for a country, right, which is like a financial hub. So undeniable itself, right, this is something that we need to take note, because if Hong Kong is having that problem, right, Singapore, what do you think? So all I can say is this, guys, stay safe and be careful. This is no joke, yeah. Now, Pentagon orders departure of US troops in Ukraine. That is interesting. I thought they would go for it. Now, apparently itself, right, Pentagon ordered all the US troops in Ukraine to leave the country and reposition elsewhere in Europe. So the thing is that it seems like this is not in Ukraine, it's not the main thing. So the thing is, they are trying to say is that they are not going to help any more civilian that in US, right, in Ukraine right now, if they don't leave, because they're given a lot of time. So by doing that itself is to tell you that, you know what, do what you do. Okay, now this is an interesting phone call that I just heard just now. I mean, not I heard, but I saw the article on this. He says that Biden called Putin. And apparently it's all right. Biden was just saying and repeating himself, say that why you want to do this? Why you want to invade Ukraine? And Biden and Putin was replying, hello, excuse me, I'm not going to invade. Okay. So it seems like there's two persons at two different agenda, and the phone call was really redundant. Nothing was coming out from there itself. So I'm not too sure what is going on, but I can just tell you this, likely this thing will not happen. Even there is something happen, it could be a very one-off spark and then it will just end. This is my personal view. Yeah, I can be wrong on this, but it's a joke. I can see that it's very clear that someone is trying to divert attention away because he knows that he is not in the best shape right now. Yeah, so that's my personal view on this. So you see that, right? Biden actually came a very strong statement. He said Putin, never seen sanctions like the ones I promised. Wow, trying to tell what? Now, when I saw this statement straight away, then I remember that, oh, makes sense, yeah? Because Putin's best friend, okay, BFF, seemed to be, Xi Jinping, right, back then. Okay, so now the thing is this, okay, so what is going on here? So is it more like a revenge thinking or what? I don't know. Or Donald Trump, sorry, Putin's best friend is Donald Trump, I bet. Okay, so Donald Trump. So firstly, Biden won Donald Trump. Okay, it was a pretty interesting election. So now the question is this, okay, is it because of something here? So all I can say is that the President of the United States of America said it will be a disaster away for Russia should they attack Ukraine. So Russia officials have repeatedly called on US to prevent an eastward expansion of NATO military alliances. So basically, the Russians just took down NATO not to move in. But of course, it shows that, right, they are not listening. So all I can say is Ukraine has been trying to go into NATO, but the interesting part is that US and NATO say that they cannot accept the clause that they want to be there. It's just an Article 5 clause states that, right, an attack on one member country is considered an attack in all of them. So Ukraine is trying to go into NATO so that they'll be protected under NATO. Hence, therefore, right, to actually get themselves protected. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why Ukraine want to go into NATO. Yeah. All right, to something cool off a little bit from the tension, we have this guy now, this 23-year-old Texan. They actually made about $4 million last year mining Bitcoin off flare gas from oil drilling. That's a very smart idea. So apparently, these two gentlemen, they actually used the flare gas and actually managed to use the energy power from there to actually mine Bitcoin. And of course, they made good money, $4 million. So they are looking to make about $12 million by the end of this year. So pretty good idea. Yeah? All right, so some important market information for reference right now. Now, Goldman Sachs sees Federal hiking 7 times in 2022 instead of 5. Now, suddenly Goldman Sachs is so bearish. Now, the question is, David Costin, their top strategists are not seeing the same thing, but the company is actually seeing that, okay? So that is a very interesting difference there. Now, the main reason is because of the CPI data. Now, we know that the CPI data is 7.5%, but of course, under the shadow stats, it could be at 10% or higher. So, question is whether or not we will move into a 7-time rate hike than 5. So, Goldman, this previous former US Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers, you know him from Goldman Sachs, who last week told Bloomberg that investors should brace for Federal potentially to raise interest rate at 7 remaining policy. Yeah, so it seems that they are having some little sharing here. So of course, Deutsche Bank is saying there could be a 50 basis point in March. Now, I don't think there will be a 50 basis point in March because, again, I'll explain to you in a short moment time. I suspect that today's meeting is to basically look to increase by a sudden 0.25 instead. Rather than a 50 basis point to freak the market out in March, and it could be too late, they might consider to do a 0.25 today or tomorrow, and then a 0.25 in March. That's what makes more sense to me. But of course, most people don't think that today or tomorrow there'll be anything. So if you ask me, my view is that should be one between today or tomorrow, and it'll be 0.25. All right, so that is my view. I think that this one I can be very wrong because everyone around me are all saying no. So let's see lah. Anyway, that is my personal view. Yeah. Right, now the thing is, this is how they look at it. They're looking at, right, every time to increase by 0.25. So if you do it steadily until December, it will hit about 2%. Now, FYI, let me just bring you back into history first. Do you know that in 2016, when last Federal Chief Bernanke, right? Yeah, Bernanke. When he was actually the chief back then in 2016. Yeah, okay. He basically, is it Yellen or Bernanke? Okay, I got it wrong somewhere there. Yeah, I think Yellen. Okay, so what happened is 2016, they basically managed to bring to 1%, and then that was where they stopped already. Now, 2016, they say there will be 4 interest rate hike. Remember in 2016, but the thing is this: by the end of the day, only 1 hike, and it was late December, and after that they stopped. So they were telling the whole market of at least got 4, then only finally got 1. And of course, because of that, the market keep on going up, right? Remember in 2016. So now you're telling me 7, and every meeting got 1.5, 0.25. I don't buy that. Sorry, I don't buy that. I think that the most you can see of 3, and that's it. Ends. Yeah, take my word for it. I think that will be that all. So for me, I think that today, this time round, like what I think Liu have just also agreed with me. Okay. That about what I see in the market. So maybe we'll see a 0.25 first, then another 0.25 in March. That will make more sense, and probably the market will like that better. Yeah. So because most officials have commented that they oppose a 50 basis point in March, okay, they oppose, yeah. So likely itself 0.25 make more sense. But I think that we'll wait until March to do a 0.25 is a bit too late with all the tension and inflation. I don't think so. That's why I suspect that the market will just jumpstart first, yeah. So just let you know, it's confirmed. Yeah, today the Valentine's Day itself. Hopefully, it's not going to be a bloody Valentine's Day. Okay, it'll be happening at 11:30 a.m. US time. So that'll be 12:30 a.m. Singapore time. All right. So it's going to be held under expedite procedure. Okay. So there's something to talk about: the review and the determination by the Board of Governors of the advance and discount rates to be charged by the Federal Reserve. Okay. So in short, it's about rates. So some people are speculating that maybe they want to reduce the balance sheet. I don't think so. I think it's more about the rates, yeah? So why do I have a reservation? Because ever since the Ukraine headline hit the market, right, you notice that straight away the yield plunged because everybody went to buy bonds for safety's sake, for makes sense because that 2% is a very good deal. That means the market may be thinking that the market may not will not go up by more than 2% for this year. It makes more sense to buy more bonds at 2%, something along that way. Because end of the day, this is how the boys work. They will make something go to one side first, and people dump it, and they go and buy it. So when they dump the bonds, right, the yield went up 2%. So everybody saw it itself, go and dump the bonds, and then they went in to buy the bonds at 2% yield, and they benefit from it. So this is how the financial market works. Yeah, it's always like that. So Goldman Sachs overall itself, right, have lowered the S&P forecast. This is interesting, and they are looking at some stock to buy. But because of my CNBC Pro subscription got some problem, so not too sure why. I emailed them. They said they will look into it. So I cannot get the data of this, but I managed to get something nearer or something closer to it. Apparently itself, in short, Goldman Sachs is saying that if let's say now the inflation is to basically continue, then there is a chance that the S&P may drop to 3,009. Wow, that's a lot. Now, if let's say the inflation resided and then lesser rate hike, then maybe the S&P will recover and back to 5,500. Wow. Okay. But of course, if the US economy tips into a recession, then the typical 24% recession from peak to trough will bring the S&P down to 3,006. Now, remember this 3,006 is very familiar, right? How many of you remember that I talked about this 3,006 on last Saturday during the preview? And I've been mentioning this 3,006 many times over the MAO as well. Do you remember? If you remember, key the word REM. Remember? All right, if you remember that as well, key REM, okay? Because when this number popped up last night when doing my Zoom with some student, they say, yeah, hell, it's something familiar, yeah? So the thing is this. So let me just share with you the drawing of this chart right now. What would I look like? Okay, so now the market went up and then came down, right? So the high is about 4,800 level, okay, somewhere there. So now where we are now is about 4,500, somewhere here, okay? So they're saying that if the market continue to go down due to inflation, it may go down to as much as 3,009. Okay, that is pretty decent, pretty good. But they say that if let's say things go well, it may recover and go all the way up to 5,500. Wow, that's a lot, right? But if the other thing is that if the market slip into recession, then the low could be going down to as low as 3,600. Yeah. Okay, so that is the drawing that I'm saying. Now, for me itself, right, I actually did my mathematics. Indeed, 3,900 is the first technical level, and undeniable, the next technical level is 3,006. So for me, I think if let's say I can have the script drawn to my way, then I will say that it will be like this. Yes, the market will go to, it's now at 4,008. Yes, it's at 4,005. I believe that the market will go all the way down to 3,006. Then go all the way back to 5,005. Now, if let's say I'm able to, do my own scripting, then of course that is something that I will love. And I believe that, right, by the time that happens, it's because Federal Reserve is going to probably stop interest rate. Yes, they're going to stop it as what happened before. And then after that, they may even consider a rate cut instead. So that's my view. Hopefully this happens so they can short a lot down and then buy back all the shorts and turn super long and enjoy the end of 2022 with a big bang. What do you think? Do you agree with what I just draw, my own drawing? If you agree, please key the word agree right now. If you agree, let me see how many of you agree with my drawing. All right, like I say again, my drawing is now is 4,500. The market may go down 3,009 and then ding dong for a while. Then it may slip into recession a little bit, a technical recession. And then from there, go back to 5,500 when they decide to cut interest rates and put in more money, more QE infinity and beyond. Now, then again, you can see the dollar will come off, gold will shoot through the roof, crude oil will probably hit 120 by then, and then of course stock market will also recover as usual, has never changed. Okay. All right, so I see that Brian, you actually agree with what I wrote there. Thank you very much, Brian. Okay, this Liu also said that. Eric, Dennis. Okay, you guys are all my very hardcore fans. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this is my view also, yeah. So hopefully this thing actually really happened, so everybody be happy. All right, so some important alternate market news. Now, this is where I'm going to go into the US stocks. Yeah, so if your friends are involved in Rivian, your stock friends are involved in Alphabet, Google, Amazon, and Peloton, please ask them to come in right now so that they can listen to me. Okay, at least for next 10 minutes. Then after that, if you want to move on and do their own stuff, no problem. Yeah. Liu, I tell you this, if I can become a Fed chairman, I will never be one, because you know why? Look at him, so stressed. Look at his hair. He went in as with black hair, now it's so white. Okay, no way. All right, so guys, quickly get our friends right now to join us before we go into the US stocks. Okay, they definitely will be, if they don't mind some technical aspect, then tell them to come in. Yeah. Okay, I give you all 10 seconds to get your like and share right now. Get some water. Every day I do MAO stress. Undeniable. I wake up every day at 5 a.m. I mean, seriously, which trainer wake up at 5 a.m. every morning to read through everything and then put the PowerPoint slide? And the main thing is I have to really, I have to think carefully how do I arrange a slide so that it flows. Because I can't copy someone, right? Yeah. So it's not like some YouTuber, they just bring out CNBC and they just narrate off from there. I actually have to think carefully how to put this guy in front, put it back, PowerPoint slide, and most important, must do the animation. That is the heavy part of stuff. Okay, let's go. Now, first of all, remember just now I shared with you, right? On Friday during MAO, I already tell you guys, most likely the VIX will be going higher. Now, I've been telling you guys this, that why is it VIX is a good tryout? Let me explain to you again, yeah? Say you buy VIX at 20, okay? Even the lowest, now you notice for VIX, right? For the longest of time, the lowest itself it ever went was about 14, okay? About 14, yeah? The lowest. So which means that, right, if I buy at 20, my lowest can go is 14. And it's not for stop loss, it's just a low level for you to do the mathematics. So one contract, okay, of VIX, okay, and you buy through, example, a broker like AIMS, example, one contract, 1 point, 1 full point, 1.00. That means that from 14 to 15, it's $100. So which means that, right, if I want to buy one contract, if I buy at 20, my losses will be $600 on floating if, let's say, the market really come down to 14. But for it to reach 14, two things must happen. One, the market must be so bullish until that it stress the VIX down. Or else, the market is just so slow that it will just slowly melt the VIX down. So the thing is this, and this current time right now, for the Dow Jones to be very bullish, I mean the Dow Jones on the US market to be very bullish, I cannot see why, not at least this time right now. So that's the reason why I say for VIX is actually a worthy deal. Because if VIX goes up, right, if it goes to 40, that means that, right, you make double, right? And of course, that how much you will make? That will make you $2,000. You understand my point? So which means if let's say now I buy at 20 and I hold to 40, that I will make $2,000 US. So downside is 600, upside is 2,000. I think mathematically makes some sense, right? Don't you agree with me? For those who think that it makes sense, can you keep the word makes sense for me? MAKKE, SNSE, yeah? Make sense? All right. I mean, of course, you may say, Cal, what if it goes to 10 and 5 and 3? Not saying not possible. It happened before, but it's just way long time ago. Yeah. So to me, it's all right. To me, mathematically, it makes sense. Especially now, we have three big things coming on. Number one, we have the US-Russia tension. Number two, we have inflation going crazy. Number three, Federal Reserve is going to increase interest rate. So all these three reasons itself is more than enough to tell me that I'd rather play it safe to buy some VIX just for standby. But of course, the lower I buy, the better it is. If I can buy 18, good. If I buy 15, well, that'll be excellent, yeah? So, not yet. I haven't updated yet. This is just only to show you what happened on last Friday, Karin. Yeah, I haven't updated yet. I haven't go to the next slide yet. Okay, yeah? Thanks, Karin. By the way, welcome to the TWB family, yeah? Once again. Okay, so that is what I shared on Friday, right? That was what I shared on Friday. So now let's do the update. See, wow, the PowerPoint slide, not bad, right? You see that? So what happened on Friday is that the VIX actually shoot up all the way to 30. So if you bought at 20, if you bought at 20 on Friday, as what I share with you, you bought at 20 on Thursday, and then by Friday it is at 30, right? At 30. That means that you already make $1,000 already. And that's not bad, right? That means that your risk was $600, but your profit already $1,000. So that is why, you know, people join MAO in the morning because they want to hear things like this, because you want people to make money. And it's not like after not that I make money first, then I show you my statement and they, oh, you see how much I make, join my course. No, what we do here is that we want you to make money first, and then we make money, you come and join us. That is something that is much more correct, right? Don't you feel that way? You see, no point the trainer makes so much money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and tell you that he made, but you are not making. I think more important is that the trainer or the trainer himself or herself really tell people how to make money really live. And then after that, the person make money from the market, and with the profits, they can come to your course. It could be a win-win situation. That is what TWB is all about. So if you actually agree that what I just say makes sense as well, right? Put the word agree or thumbs up for me, all right? If you can, either do a thumbs up for me or agree, all right, with this thing that I just said, okay? All right, either a thumbs up for me or agree, okay? Come on, guys. If you think that I just make sense to you, let me know. Morning to you, David, all the way from Cambodia, yeah? Okay, all right. See, okay, remember everyone's name itself. That is the type of thing that I do, you know? If you want to get respect from people itself, you really must do things for people. You really do it from the heart. That is more important. Anyway, just to show you that it's really achievable, a student of mine made money today. So she went in to buy VIX at 24, and already you can see that, right? The difference shows that she made about almost 3 points. So that's why her profit is $249 US. Then of course she have some extra cash. So she bought in more. She told me that, Cal, I'm not going to sell this under a C42. I said, wow, okay. So I did tell her that VIX itself, right? If the market turns positive, usually it will pull back a little bit. But of course, in general term, maybe it will take a while to reach 42, okay? But this is CFDs, yeah? So same thing as well, you can do also through the other brokers, I think, or Swim and stuff like that to buy some VIX on your own, yep. Okay, so for TWB student, do note we can use AIMS to do some VIX and you can trade on that. But again, please make sure that you know your downside risk first before you go into it itself. Okay, don't chase. Very important. Hi, Ronnie, good to see you. Long time don't see you here. Wow, we have so many people online that I haven't seen for some time. Excellent, guys. Good to see you, all of you. Okay, thank you very much. Let's continue from here. Okay, so now let's just look at some of the US stock as I promised you, so don't worry. Now, first thing first, I shared with you last week about ARK Innovation. I received many messages about ARK, and they're asking me, Cal, can we buy ARK? I keep on reminding you, I say no. I said no to you. Why is that so? Because ARK has hold too many, what they call SPAC counters in their portfolio, and definitely, right, margin call could be, I cannot say it will be, it could be around the corner. So if let's say now, right, if any time the Nasdaq dropped by another 10%, this is going to be very bad because you think about this. Let me just show you to your chart wise, and then you can consider this. Take a very quick look on this now, everybody. Oh, and let me just find that slide. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is slide. Okay. Now you take a look here, guys. Take a look. The Nasdaq high was here back in November. The Nasdaq dropped by 15%, and now it's trading here. As you can see, it's holding very tightly at this point, 14,287, making it 88, easier to see. The market is holding dearly at this 14,288 CFD price. Okay, all right. Okay, so 14,288, okay, is a dear price that the market is trying to hold. And look at back here, so 15%, yeah, already brought the ARK Innovation down more than 30% downside. Now, Liu, there is there is no margin call on Cathy Wood, but there's a lot of margin call on the stocks that she's holding from different brokers. Okay, please be very careful. I didn't say Cathy Wood a margin call, yeah? I don't get any defamation suit from her. Okay, I'm saying that she bought many stocks, and those SPAC stocks now, right, are held by many of the fans of Cathy Wood. So the thing is that the share price has been down by about 50% itself. Okay, 50%. So that's why now, if those shares are still held by individuals, then of course, what will likely happen is that, right, they will get margin calls if this thing continues slide. Remember like how AMC did it, GameStop, how they did it, yeah? Something along the direction. Okay, Just now, Eric, yeah, that's not the Fibo chart itself. There's a bit of error in terms of the numbers, yeah. So it's here. Just ignore the number. There's some error here, okay? Yeah, it's error, but you should see on individual, yeah. Okay, so my point is this, okay? I suspect that there will be more selling to come because Nasdaq should go down by another 5%. In my opinion itself, right, Nasdaq should be coming down by another 5% within the next 2 months. I suspect that the Nasdaq will come down to here, and that will be about 13,400 level, yeah? Ignore this one here, this is an error. Okay, so I suspect that the Nasdaq will drop to 13,400, somewhere now there. Now, why do I say that as well? I will explain more in details later on, but that is my view on the Nasdaq in the coming, my view about maybe by May, yeah, May 2022, yeah, maybe by then. Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, so I must be very careful. Okay, David, as to explain to you why, because Cambodia, you guys have your exchange and they do not allow VIX to be traded. Yeah, so that's why AIMS Cap is not having the VIX on the screen. Because AIMS is a proper STP broker, they follow the exchange tightly. So that means that if your exchange in Cambodia, they don't allow that, they won't do funny stuff. Yeah. Okay, that's why we like AIMS, because they follow rules. Yeah. Okay, so that was VIX. That was ARK last Friday. Now, last Thursday when I talked about it. Now you can see that Friday itself, the ARK continued to drop. So Thursday it was at $73. I say sell, and you can see now on Friday the ARK continued to go down to $71.90. Now let me explain to you why I think ARK will go down further. Now because we are in TWB, we train people called the common point. So to me itself, this is a common point, and this is a common point. So very clearly itself, right, point A and point B shows that point B is lower than point A. So usually when I see this, there is a 90% chance when the market reaches the next common point, most likely the market will break the previous low. So the previous low was about 64. So which means that mathematically speaking, I suspect that ARK Innovation will go down to 60. And I've been calling for 60 for the longest of time. In fact, ever since the start of 2022, I've been calling for 60. So it was 96 back then. I was already calling for 80 first, sorry. My first view was 80 because I followed Fibonacci. And when the market broke 80, I say 60, right? Remember? So for those people who remember that I say 60, up 60, can you key the word up 60 with me? So if you remember that I actually say that ARK Innovation will go to 60, can you key the word ARKK60? So that is to validate whether did I say this. Because of course, you know, I can dig it out, but I have so much thing to do every day. I have no time for this, okay? So either you remember it, you just help me to type. If you didn't remember it, it's okay, just leave it alone, okay? Don't support me just because you want to support me. Support me because you remember and you want to tell people that, hey, this guy is genuine, that's all, okay? But because later on, I will also be doing the US stocks later on. You will get to hear me out and write down some key numbers to watch out for the US stocks. Yeah, so take a pen and paper ready, guys. We're going to go into US stocks very, very soon, okay? All right, thank you again, Susan, Cheng Hui, Dennis, Allison, for remembering that. Yeah, appreciate that. I say we don't need to have everybody remember it, but you can consider. Okay, so I give you, if I use this ARK already. Okay, so now why am I talking about these counters like Rivian and stuff? Because again, I told you, right, George Soros is my second idol. Okay, so Soros cut stake in big tech stocks before sell-off. So you see that? Now you remember, guys, Alphabet, yeah, Google, Alphabet, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, all right, all these big bosses, who are they? Remember? The two partners from Alphabet, can't remember the name, Brim and something else, Sergey, right? And then we have Jeff Bezos, we have Elon Musk. In fact, also we have this Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg. All of them have sold their shares before the market peak, or in fact at the market peak. So don't you realize that, right? Ever since they sold off their shares, the Nasdaq dropped by 15%. And I was warning since last year November that when those guys were selling, I tell you, if they sell, the market will fall. And the time people don't believe me, and they say that I'm being a nutcase. But now 15%, what do you know? So what do I see is that there will be another 5% drop. There will be, because that is how it is, the SOP. Okay, and let me tell you now more about this. George Soros investment firm slashes its stake in Invesco QQQ Trust Series, that's the ticker QQQ, and he was holding $356 million worth, but now it's only 9.4. That means he slashed it down by 95%. Now Soros is definitely one of the very good hedge fund manager in the last 50 years. Okay, so obviously itself, right, to well down to 9.4 million by end of December speaks great volume of the outcome and outlook of Nasdaq. Now, of course, Nasdaq will rebound intermittently, that's for sure. But my view is that it will go down to 20%. Okay, that's about 13,400 level. Then maybe we may see a little bit of recovery. So he also trimmed Amazon and Alphabet. That's why we're talking about that later. But he added Rivian, interesting, and exited VICI. The one we don't talk about that. And of course, he also added 13.3 million holding in Peloton. So we will be talking about this in a short while time. Now, in case you don't know who is George Soros, right? Soros is him. This is George Soros, okay? Now, he's already 91-year-old, okay? And his current fund is about $28 billion. And his personal wealth is 7.5. Now, this one I don't believe, because his $7.5 billion wealth has been the longest of time, the last 10 years already. You know, I follow him a lot. So I am very sure that his wealth cannot be 7.5 billion. Because you know why? In 2018, he made a few $billion when the market came down. And in 2020, it's all right, he went long in some counters, he made money. So I don't think his wealth is 7.5 billion. But again, this is what official is. Okay. Now, you take notice of something. So I actually do something here. Okay, do you see something there? So I circled something over there. Can you take a look? I actually highlighted something there. Can anyone spot it? I highlighted something there itself. A little bit, a little bit of self-flattering, but I just happened to realize that. I did not realize that actually. I did not, okay, until just now. Do you notice what the I circle at this slide itself? This particular PowerPoint slide. Anybody can take notice of that? Okay. Now, you may not take notice of this, but let me tell you now, here. I didn't notice that. Yeah, I did not notice this, okay? So apparently it's all right. Yes. Oh, Alison, you are so good. You remember. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Alison. Wow. Because of that itself, Alison, you are really a real solid friend. I'm going to give you 3.88 ADA coin for that itself, okay? 3.88 ADA coins is going your way, Alison. Thank you once again for remembering it. I really did not know until just now when I was doing the searching of his background and stuff. Then I saw the date, like, what? Okay, yeah, it's a rectangle. Okay, rectangle. Okay, okay lah. Anyway, interesting. All right, moving forward. Now let's look at some of the counters that I promised you. Number one, Rivian. Okay, so let's go to Rivian first. Let's go. Okay. All right, now the first thing I shared with your Rivian many months ago, I already said this before, so remember this, guy. It will help you in your future stock picking skills. Now, when the market IPO, it's impossible to have any technical analysis, impossible. There's no way you can get any data. There's no RSI, no stochastic or anything for you. It's pointless, yeah? So apparently itself, right, you can see that when a stock IPO, I told you already, the best way and most powerful way is that the day it finishes its debut, look at the closing price, not opening, closing price, and draw a horizontal line across it. If the stock stays above the closing price of the IPO debut day, the stock will usually go up, okay? And it will act as a form of a support. As long as the market don't break below that level, the market is cool. But if the moment the market loses it, that's it. Avoid this counter at all costs, because likely it will sell down quite a fair bit. Now, I've said this before on Rivian when it was here. I repeated again here. I call for sell back time here. So remember that. If those who remember that I say about Rivian, please key the word REM again about this okay, just key IPO closing price. Okay, just key this thing called IPO closing price, so that at least you remember this, yeah. Okay, so now what do I see for Rivian? My personal view, okay, my personal view. Now Rivian, you can see that the volume has been rather stable over the last 10-20 days, right? That I couldn't find a common point. It's too early to call for common point, but undeniable itself, right? Rivian, the last few days has been pretty tight. Okay, so my personal view is this. Okay, if Nasdaq is to fall by 5%, if let's say I'm right, and if Rivian do come down to $50, this will be a very good time to buy Rivian. I repeat myself. If the Rivian share pop down just because of the follow-through effect by the general global selling off, then anything below $50 can watch out for that. If you want to play it safe, let the market drop below 50, rebound above 50, then you buy some Rivian. Okay, buy some Rivian. Okay, I already say below 50. Okay, below. All right, you want to play it safe, then let it drop below 50, maybe go to 45 and whatever, recover back to 50, then you buy. All right, so my thing is this, because this is what I'm seeing right now, and obviously if Soros is buying, I kind of believe in him because I know that when he buys things, he don't really screw it up. Yeah, so there's something to take note of. But if you want to be very safe, then you wait for it to go all the way to 100, because at $101, that is where it'll be above the debut, right? Then this stock will shoot. Now, when this happened itself, right, remember at 101, it will shoot. So that's the reason why I say $50 is worth it, because most of the big boys will want to have at least one full profit. So $50 you buy, you aim for 100, and at 100 itself, when you have bought 50, right, you can use a profit from here to add position, yeah, to add position. When the market go past 100, 101, sorry, you add position, then you have double profit. You understand? Okay, so this is Rivian. All clear? If everybody clear, okay, key the word Rivian. So if that means that you guys understand what I just said, Rivian, yeah? If you understand what I just said about Rivian, all right, just key Rivian, yeah? Okay, all right, so all clear? Yeah, so that, you know, I don't want you guys, oh, is it, Karine, that Buffett and Soros are horse zodiac, you know, I'm a sheep. So, oh gosh, missed by 1 year. But never mind. I know that, right? I've had many people with horses will help me in my life. So I think Susan's a horse. Yeah, my son is a horse. So any horses to help me? Yeah, that would be great. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Soros and Warren Buffett, they are same age. And the interesting part is this: their first girlfriend is called Susan. Their first wife, sorry, my bad. Their first wife is called Susan. So I also got a Susan in the house. So not too bad, right? Okay. Anyway, all these are trivia. Susan, apology. I'm not trying to be funny, but that is the truth. Okay. Go ahead, Google out itself. Yes. Okay. So I've done on Rivian. The next counter, the next one I'm supposed to talk about is Peloton. Yeah, Peloton. Okay, let's talk about Peloton. Okay, let's go. Sorry. Okay, so Peloton, the next company. Okay, now this company is very interesting. I'll show you why. Okay, take a look. Now this company, if you look back into history, has been down for a long while. Okay, but recently it got into a very interesting comeback because players start to come in strongly. So now watch this, guys. This is interesting. Here itself, the earnings came out. It was terrible. It was down. Yeah, it was bad, right? But the funds came in to buy. Okay, the funds came in to buy. So now, very simple, guys. I share you a simple method. You just follow what I need to share with you. Okay, you take the highest point here. You click it there. You'll get this price roughly about here, $40.35. And then you click it at the low, which is here. Okay, get it? Yeah. So basically what I'm trying to draw here is tell you that on this very day, since there's a huge volume of traders jumping in to buy, that means that this will be the range. Okay, so the range will tell me that if this counter basically comes down to this point here at about $29, you can consider to buy some. Yes, consider to buy some, because that is where the support should be. But if the market, this range itself, right, can you see it's $40.35 to $29.82. So that means their difference is about $10. That means that, right, if the market goes down, the maximum it goes about 20. So what I'm trying to say is this, okay? If you want to play even safer, consider to buy at $29 some. And then if there's going to be a spike down due to, again, global financial movement, when it reaches 20, I think it's a very good price to buy. At $20, it will be a very good price to buy. Okay? So 29, you can buy some. 20, you can go more. Okay? Take note of that. Yeah? So this one is something that I'm watching out. So upside, how it goes, right? Since the range is about $10, that means this counter should be able to go up by to $50 when it ever recover. That means that after that itself, let's say it stop here, it go up, right? It should be able to go back to $50. Okay, at least that's what I'm seeing right now for this counter. Okay, all clear? If all clear is all right, can you keyword Peloton so that I can see that you guys understand what I just say? Now this company is all right, it's very interesting. They are doing this equipment, and seriously, not too sure why suddenly there's so much interest in this. But of course, the people are buying it not small, so not the small price. So that's the reason why I think that you can consider watching this counter. All right, Peloton for you. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it's home gym, exactly. So not too sure why is it having such interest. Yeah, I think they will evolve the company. I cannot believe that they will evolve the company. I don't think the home gym thingy can be that fantastic to be buying right now. I believe they'll evolve the company. Yep, take note of that. Okay, next counter, Amazon. Amazon, the next counter is Amazon. Okay, Amazon, as you can see over here, Amazon on this day itself, right? I want to be upfront, to be honest here. On Amazon, when it was on this day, when the share price came down before the earnings, I was calling for sell on Amazon. But of course, the earnings was so good, Amazon went up. So obviously, I was wrong on slap on the face. But I don't think I'll be too wrong too soon. Yeah, because you can see right now, if you look at the chart right now, if I do the technical analysis on this, okay, let me just make it smaller for you to see this. This counter here, oh, sorry, not this one. Wait, let me just scroll properly. Not this one. Wait. Here we go. Okay, so you can see that for Amazon, the high was here, and the next high is here. So this high actually is lower, and now this low is even much lower than the previous drawdown movement. So we can see that there was huge volume traded on Amazon during the time. And you look at the chart wise itself, right? The nearest neckline that we can find as a form of support, the nearest neckline. Okay, let's take a look. You can see the nearest neckline that makes some sense to me as a trader will be somewhere near here, where you can see that that's the reason why the market actually rebounded back then before the earnings. Yeah. So this is the neckline, and this is the support. So now what I believe is that if the Nasdaq is to fall, because of my own personal take, yes, Amazon will come back down again. Amazon will come back down again. And I will tell you that no buying for now. I repeat, no buying for now. I believe Amazon will be back down again to 2,700 again. Yes, indeed, Liu. The thing is that there's something about that. So of course, why would Apple and Amazon, this Amazon to buy, right? So I'm quite sure because they want to evolve the company to something very different. Yeah, maybe come put some stuff inside there. Okay, so no, I don't think Amazon is a buy. 2,700, my view. All right. So if this is my view, all right, if all cool on that, no buy call on this counter, yeah, pure sell call. So you're okay with this? Please key the word Amazon so that I know that you guys have heard me already. Please key the word Amazon so that I know that you heard me. Right, so many people are staying on MAO today. Wow, amazing. Yeah, thank you guys for all the support, guys. Appreciate that. Now, of course, Amazon, if Amazon is going to come down, that is going to bring down the Nasdaq, or the other way around, whichever is, it will be one of the reasons why Nasdaq will be coming off. Yeah, because I can't see any support at the moment right now. Okay, last one will be Alphabet. Okay, Alphabet, which is previously Google. Now, Alphabet also, the earnings was fantastic. You can see that. That's why the stock price jumped up quite a fair bit. But the problem is that the earnings is so good, yet the market had given back all the gains. So this is actually very clear. It was a pump and dump exercise. So with that as well, right, you will notice something about Alphabet. This counter has an interesting trend line. Yeah? Let me just show you why I say interesting. Let me just draw it for you. Corner. This one is like a megaphone trend line. So if you look at it as well, right, it's like this. Okay, so with that, I believe that if I'm right, we will see this coming down. Okay, we will see this. And I need my common point. Yep, here we go. Okay, let me just redraw this properly. Okay, so if that is the case, my view is to be here, right? Yeah, okay, there'll be about 2,450. And common point, let's take a look. I don't have the bottom one. The top one, we have positive divergence, but we don't have that. Okay, so that means that I think I'll share with you. Okay, basically for this Alphabet 2450. Okay, no buy call. It's pure sell call. 2450. All right, if okay, please key the word Alphabet or just ALP. That'll be good. All right, if you heard me and you heard me loud and clear, I will give it you during. I got no buy call for this Alphabet. It will be pure sell call 2450, and quite clear. The volume itself is so heavy, the heaviest for the last 10 months. It's not a good sign. When you have a top-down selling with heavy volume, it's never a good sign. It will be 2450. So that's why with this, I'm quite sure that Nasdaq will be coming down quite a fair bit. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. 2450. Okay. All right. That will be all for the US stocks. As I promised, guys, I always deliver as long as I can. So of course, everything disclaimer is black. If you are making money, do me a favor, just donate 5% or 10% to the nearest what they call a 7-Eleven store, and just put it there and get people be happy. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry, one more. Facebook, forgot. Okay, my bad. Yeah, almost there. Lucky I wrote it down. Okay, Facebook. Now, Facebook, we have some issue here, as we all know, right? Or Meta, by the way. Now, apparently for Facebook now, there is some ongoing rumors is that they try to tell people that they may want to take away their presence in Europe. And Europe actually replied him back, say that, okay, better still. Oh dear, this is bad, okay? This is really bad. Okay, I have been telling you to avoid Facebook, and although I'm using Facebook now, all right, I tell you that the share of Facebook will go down. So I'm not going to change my words. 190, still the same. 190. I'm not changed my view on Facebook. I wrote that before. I will write it out again. Okay. Okay. There will be a 190 Yes, there will be a stock split on Google. Yeah, there's a stock split on Google. Yeah, indeed. But I'm saying that, right? I mean, not for the overview itself, it's more towards downside for Google. Yeah. Okay, so my view is this 190 on Facebook. I know that other people are calling for buy, but my point is this: maybe there will be an intermittent recovery and then go down again. I don't know. So it could go up first, then come down. But my point is this: in the next 2-3 weeks, I believe that Facebook will see 190. So same reason why, huge volume on the way up because of anticipation. Then after that, the market sells so badly. So that's why I believe that there will be a bit more selling to 190 on Facebook. Okay, all right, Leslie, I don't know who's that. So I know that I already say Facebook to get out already. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so let's us all clear. If everybody clear, please key Facebook 190. I think the thing from Liu, that's a very good idea. 190. So at least everybody know that I talk about Facebook at 190. Yeah. Now you hit 190, what do we do? From 190, if it hits, then you want to buy some, you can buy some. But to me, is at 190 should be a good time to buy back your shorts. To buy back your shorts doesn't mean that you buy long, right? Just buy back your shorts first and see how it goes. Okay. Yep. Okay. Thank you very much. Good idea. Thank you for the great idea, Liu. Always trying to learn from people like you guys. Okay. All right. So I'm done with all that. Okay, all done. Okay, so wait, let me just. Okay, I'm done all that. Peloton, Rivian, Amazon, Alphabet, and Facebook, all done. Okay, so now let's look into our charts right now. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grrr, and the lemming goes is different this time. Let's take a look. Okay, so first of all, China market. Oh dear, you can see that China market. Let's take a look now. China market has been trying to stay above the MA30 that we have, but today, you can see that very clearly is strongly resisted. Yeah, strongly resisted by the MA30. And the 61.8 have been a very strong support. 14977 is a very strong support on the China A50. So as long as China A50 stays above 14977, it's still intact. But the strong resistance also put down a lot of pressure on this counter here. So, but we can see that every time when the China market comes down recently, the recovery is there. So without a doubt itself, right? If the market comes down again, you can try the bottom pick. Yep. Okay, can consider doing that. Okay, so 14977 is still going to be the support, and the moving average now, the resistance point is about how much is this? About 15,094. Okay, 094. Yeah, make it simple, 15,090. Yeah. So that will be the resistance for now for China A50. Yep. Okay, moving forward. The US Dow Jones. Now this is where it gets interesting, guys. Dow Jones today, take note, yeah, very important analysis. Dow Jones today opening price is below MLP, below MA30, below MA200. That means the market, the terrain is negative. But now it's staying above OP. As long as it's above OP, the terrain cannot push it down. Only when the market grows below OP, that means the terrain will kick in. Then the first target move again will be this price at 34,705. This is the KCB that supported it on Friday and now seemingly supporting it on today, Monday. If the market really drop and lose 34,705, I'm pretty sure the market will come down to 34,333. Okay, because the fresh chocolate bar is 34,322, but the BNB minus 1 times 1 is actually 34,333. So my suspect is this, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Once the market loses 34,705, the target for Dow will be 34,333, okay? All right, Dow 34,333. Once you hit there itself, do consider to buy back your short position, yeah? Okay, all right, upside wise, if it goes up instead, then the pivot one will be the first target, and that is 34,949. Okay, this will be the first target if the market goes up instead. Okay, next market, Nasdaq. Now, Nasdaq has been a CCYR for the second day already. So, of course, same thing again. Nasdaq is all below the MAs and below MLP. So, it's negative. But now, market staying above OP. Why? Because there's a strong support by the KCB at 14,185. So, the market today hit 192 and rebounded. Yeah. So, same thing again. If the market goes up, it will be able to go back to 14,505, which is quite a fair bit from where we are right now. Can be done. If not, if the market loses 14,185, my God, the selling will be able to come down to P2, and that's 13,910. Okay. All right. So watch out for this. This is my view on the Nasdaq. Yeah. S&P 500 now is trading at about 44.27. Low is 44.06. Now, S&P, my target was 43.96, and on Friday, it missed by a whisker. So which means by mathematically speaking, if later on, if the market loses 44.18, which is the OP of the day, for whatever reason, if the market loses 44.18, there is a chance for the market to come down all the way to 43.96. Okay, so take note of that, because all the moving averages are all against it itself. Okay, so take note of that. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at Hang Seng right now. Hang Seng is also pretty flattish at the moment, although it gapped down this morning, but the recovery is there. Now, why the recovery is there? Because MA30 is below it. Below it, whenever MA30 is below you, likely there'll be buying pressure. Yeah. So the selling pressure came from the MA200 and the MLP. All right. So what usually will happen is, if that's the case itself, we use the KTR, the intraday KTR, to find an engagement. So since the KSI is green and 24,381 is actually positive, it's on the bullish side. So let's see now what happened. You can see that beautifully the market really came down from the opening price, came down to KTR -2, stop there, stop there. Again, all these are fully automated software computation. So you see, I didn't draw anything, right? I just know that if the market break OP, I sell. Then after that, KTR -1, I buy back some. KTR -2, I buy back some. Because the moving average itself, MA30, is below me, supporting me. Can you see that? Let me bring to you again. Can you see? The MA30 is supporting me at the bottom. So that's why now the moving average is supporting me the upside. The downside is the other one. Okay, so this is the reason why you need to spend more time watching the market. Okay, or your child on the way. Okay, all right. So that is the Hang Seng. Okay, now let's do Nikkei. Now Nikkei is trying to stay above the pivot one at 26,922. In fact, the crazy part is this guy. Take a look. The pivot level is 26,922. Yet today's low is exactly 26,922. Oh my goodness, to the very point itself. And don't forget, this 26,922 was calculated at 7 a.m. sharp this morning when the market opened. So that means when the market opened, right, the computer software of TWB system immediately tabulated the pivot. And the market actually stopped exactly at the pivot and rebounded. My God, how can you have a software that calculates for you and then you just have to follow the software and look at it? Oh my God, look at it. After the market hit 26,922 perfectly, the boys came in to buy, and straight away now the Nikkei is higher. Oh my God. So you don't understand why it's so I love my TWB system. Really amazing. How can you predict a number when it is actually at 7 a.m.? The market only hits 26,922 only about 2 to 3 hours later. And yet the system already picked this number up. And the best part is that we're in Singapore doing this, and yet the friends in Japan, around the whole world, stop there. And of course, when the boys came to buy through the indicator called KSI, we know that the boys will push it up. So again, don't you find this really amazing? If you think this is amazing, please keep the word amazing right now. All right, amazing system. Okay, you think this is an amazing system? Help me, do me a favor, keep the word amazing system. Yeah, because really, I mean, I am a trader for so many years. At least as a trader, we need to wake up in the morning or at night. We draw the trend lines. We try our best to curve fit the charts and use our experience to see which is which. But this software, you don't even need to do that. This software itself already computed the figure nicely for you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Really incredible, right? Don't you think so? This is a really an amazing software. Really. I cannot say anything else lesser than that. Okay. Last to the very number. So it's not a ballpark figure. It's an absolute figure. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate that. Really, it's a really amazing software. We've seen it so many times happening already, right? It's not the first time we're seeing this. It happened again and again and again and again, many, many times already. All right, done. Okay, let's look at now the next market. It will be DAX. Okay, for DAX itself, right, you can see the market have came off. I suspect later DAX will gap down over here. 15,032 will be the level to watch out for the gap. Now, of course, if it goes down lower a bit, it may be 14,892. Now, whichever it is, once the market opens, if it stays above these two numbers, it may do a temporary recovery. Yeah, but if the market stays below 15,032, it will go down to 14,892. That's how it works. Okay, but because now it's still too early, I don't have a pivot yet, so I cannot tell you what the pivot look like, and then I don't know what to do after that. So now we'll leave it alone for DAX. Crude oil. Now, crude oil, please write it down. I am bullish. I believe that crude oil will go higher. Why? It's above MA 200, above MA 30, and above MLP. And now it's above OP. And also, you can see that, right? The low of the day is about 91.80, and our pivot 2 is 91.59. So it's especially pretty bullish. So now the thing is this: if all goes well, I believe that crude oil will go to $94.75 first. And if it stays above that, there is a chance to see $98 or the 99 level that I predicted. So I think $98 is good enough. So guys, take note of that. I suspect that crude oil will go higher to $94.75. Then after that, $98. Okay? So take note of that, crude oil. Okay, let's look at gold. Now, gold is coming off a bit because I told you fundamentally, gold is not going to be the one unless there's going to be another knee-jerk effect by Russia, which is, I think, is very possible. Now, by right, gold today is a bullish sentiment because of the MLP, MA30, MA200. But you look carefully, right, the KSI is actually red in color despite the strong recovery on Friday, and it's an uptick rate. So that means today, right, if let's say you short gold, right, if you short gold, 1842 will be a good price to buy back some gold, yeah? Okay. Now, if gold start to pump up again, right, that means gold could be going towards the BNB again, and that is be 1910. So this one must take note, yeah? Now, of course, 1877 and 1898 is a very strong resistance for this, for the gold, so take note of that, yeah? Okay, but 1910 should be the ultimate target now for gold. Okay, how about silver? Now, silver, if gold is to go up, right, silver will follow through. Now, silver now has a strong resistance at $23.80. I think that is from the boss. So if silver push up, then silver will be going towards here, and that's $24.61. Now, of course, at this time, some will say, hey, so little money, right? Now, silver, because the quantity is very small, the market value is small. So some buy 3 silver, 5 silver, 10 silver. As long as you know what you're doing, then it's fine. Now, MA30, MA200, and the MLP all supporting you on silver. So that's why if it cross above 23.80, then the high chance of T24.60 is there. Yeah. Okay. All right. The silver and last two will be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin is dwelling off. I already called for sell on Bitcoin at about $45,000. So it's coming off a little bit. But for today, just to share with you, today, the MLP is at 42 and it's already down market trading below MLP. So that means the market selling forces there. So if the market continue to fall and break below the stack, which is happen to be between pivot 1 and this MA30, right? That means the market could be going down towards there. So I suspect that the market will come down to 40,750. Okay, if let's say the market comes down. Okay, all right. Last but not least will be Ethereum. Ethereum is showing signs of weak fatigue and is coming down. So I suspect that when the price come back down to here, that's where the system may try again. Yeah. So what is number here as well? Let's take a look. Okay, hold on. Okay, the number here itself is actually a 2706. Okay, 2706. So it means that if the market comes back down, you come down to 2706. Okay, if you come back down, stabilize, and then you may go up again. Okay, but then of course I don't think so. I think that crypto might be going down further in my perspective. Yeah, as long as people don't buy or demand stock ready, then it will just stop. Yeah, so let's see whether I'm right or wrong. If wrong, it's not right in terms of direction, but actually it's going up, then the upside could be all the way back to 3100 level. Okay, that's for Ethereum. Okay, all right. So that will be all for today. I've covered almost everything I mentioned to you. All right, so let's do a quick feedback today and review. So today itself, I told you some of the US counter to avoid. I also share with you, right, for the S&P 500 and Nasdaq and Dow Jones, right, likely so there'll be some more profit taking in the coming few more weeks. And once you hit those technical points, I think you can consider to buy back some position. Yeah. Okay, that will be all for today. Thank you very much for waiting for me. And now the time is about 12:45. Take care. Have a great day. This is Kel signing off. Bye-bye. Okay.